Social media has completely warped your sense of style, and you probably don't even know it. It almost seems like every single day you're flooded with the 10-second fashion hacks, the micro trends, how to become the it girl, the glow up series. And yet here's the kicker, because all of that advice is probably not helping build your style. Because frankly, building your style is an evolving process throughout the years. I know, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, that's probably not what you want to hear. And while it is completely fine to take inspiration, I mean, heck, I give you inspiration on my socials, it's important to understand following trends and taking inspiration. It's two different things. Because when you're chasing all these trends, outfit formulas, aesthetics that pop up on your feed, you're gonna end up with a lot of clothes that don't actually suit you. It's probably going to feel like nothing ever feels like you. So in today's video, I'm going to debunk 7 of the most popular fashion advice that we see on social media. The ones that you've been seeing absolutely everywhere, and explain to you why exactly that might be doing more harm than good. If you've ever walked into your closet and feel like you have nothing to wear or nothing feels like you, this video is going to be for you. I'll break down exactly why these trends go wrong and what to do instead, not for the algorithm, but for your own personal style. So let's get right into it, shall we? Now, all of the advice tips that I'm going to go through, I'm not saying that they are wrong, okay? I'm just saying that sometimes on social media, we go about it more of a rule, a regulation. The way that you get dressed every single morning, your personal style, it doesn't need to be a manual. I feel like have fun with it. At the end of the day, it's really not that deep, okay? Now, the first piece of advice that I like to debunk is always match your handbags to your shoes. Doing this can give you a clean, cohesive look, okay? Everything can look put together. No notes left on the outfit. A+ for effort. But the issue with this is that sometimes it can look a little bit too coordinated. Sometimes it can look a little bit too cohesive. It also can sometimes look very dated and lack contrast. And I think with outfits especially, there needs to be some sort of contrast, I think. Now, I actually follow this rule, I would say 70% of the time. The other 30% is simply because I cannot. I may have a shoe, let's just say for example, yellow. I don't even have a yellow handbag that would pair well with that yellow shoe. And I think that's honestly realistic. Sometimes you're gonna have a pair of shoes that you don't have a pair of handbags or a handbag that matches with that pair of shoes. Now, what you can do if you want it to match is match with a similar color or similar texture, even a similar fabric. Now, personally right now, I'm in my era of evolving my wardrobe. The past 2 years, I've really sat down and only bought really good quality basics, which I'll get into in a little bit. But now I'm going on to the next step, okay? Level 2, here I come. Which just means eventually I'll have hopefully everything that matches, maybe one day. But I think sometimes it's fun to have a little bit of contrast. Have a cream handbag with, let's say, a yellow shoe. That I think would be really good. That is actually exactly what I do when I have a colorful shoe with no handbag. I'm gonna go straight to the cream handbag. Cream is a little bit more, I think, appropriate than a stark black. If you have a light blue shoe, it just matches more cohesively with a cream or a white handbag than a black bag would. Number 2, only buy neutrals for a timeless wardrobe. You can probably already guess where I'm going with this, okay? The infamous quiet luxury trend of all neutrals, beige aesthetics, no color in sight. The minimalist aesthetic that people were craving for last year. Wearing color does not mean that you don't have a timeless wardrobe. Color has the potential to add so much personality, fun flavor into your outfit. When I think of timeless, I don't think of the color, I think of the structure and the way that it fits. Because trust me, there is nothing like a good fitting garment. Why is it that you always go back to the jeans that fit you so good? Those are your most worn jeans for a reason. It's because they fit you so nicely. Those jeans you can rely on. The jeans that do not fit you so good, okay, the jeans that like have a giant gap in the back, those are going to be the jeans that you do not gravitate towards, you do not wear. I'm sure you can relate. Everyone has that one jean. And how you define timeless is also going to be different for everyone. Personally, for me, I think of a timeless piece as something that I can wear every single day. Not saying I will wear every single day, but something that I could wear. And for me personally, that is avoiding patterns. I don't really find that I can wear a pattern every single day. Nothing wrong with a pattern. I just bought a polka dot dress. Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's coming with me to Lake Como this summer. Oh, I see the vision now. So the important key takeaway is defining what you think of timeless. If timeless is something that is a vibrant color pattern that you can wear every single day, have fun and enjoy, then by all means, okay, that is timeless to you. How you define timeless is totally your discretion, but do not feel like you are fit into a box because you like color and you want to have a timeless wardrobe. The concept of only timeless wardrobes are from neutral garments is garbage. Rubbish. Throw that mentality in the trash, okay? You can wear color and still be timeless. Number 3, capsule wardrobes are the key to style. Now look, okay, I just told you about how I was building a capsule wardrobe. I was collecting all the basics. which I would highly recommend you do as well. Basics will never do you wrong, okay? You can always rely on the basics, which you do need the basics. You do need the capsule wardrobe. It provides simplicity, organization, structure within your wardrobe, which is great in theory, but it can also be restrictive. So like I was saying before about how I have built my basics and now I'm going on to my fun pieces. If I were to solely rely on my capsule pieces, so I'm talking the tank tops, the shirts, the jeans, personally, I would get very bored. And that's exactly why I'm going to add the fun pieces. So let's just say, for example, that polka dot dress that I just bought. That to me is a fun piece, a piece that is a little bit outside of my comfort zone. Or a fun, vibrant handbag, or a fun, vibrant shoe. Those are definitely not going to be what I wear on a day-to-day basis, but those are my fun pieces. If there is one thing that I have learned while building my capsule wardrobe is that if you rely strictly on those pieces, and let's say, for example, you wear them day in, day out, it can get a little bit stale, especially if you love fashion. I mean, I hope you do as you are watching this video. You have every right to get bored of it eventually if you're going to be wearing that every single day. I think capsule pieces are an absolute necessity. You need those for at least the foundation of an outfit. But try not to get so caught up in the rules or regulations that you feel like you can't expand past that, because you shouldn't feel like you're boxed into your wardrobe. And getting dressed before you go out, or even getting dressed in the morning, should feel fun. And what can make it even funner is a funner piece. A piece that is not just a standard white tank top. Nothing wrong with a standard white tank top, might I add, but sometimes I want a little something more. Needless to say, work on the capsule pieces, get your fundamental basics in order, and then expand. Buy that big fluffy top, that big extravagant top, the big extravagant dress that you're not gonna wear on a day-to-day basis, but are key pieces to have in your wardrobe for that fun outing that you have, or fun evening night out. There's been so many times where I've been building outfits just uninspired because I'm wearing the same things over and over and over again, and I want a little bit of contrast, a little bit of fun, extravagant pieces. And number 4, if you don't wear it in a week, get rid of it. This thinking is whack, okay? If you don't wear it in a week, get rid of it. No. I just got finished talking about fun pieces. Those fun, extravagant pieces are likely not going to be worn on a weekly basis. Personally, in the week I am working, I would say my outfits are less extravagant, less fun. On the weekends, I want to go have fun with my outfits, which really just gives me 1, if not maybe 2 days of fun outfits. And you're expecting me to wear all my fun outfits in the one day? That's just simply not possible. It's simply not realistic. I would be throwing out my clothes left, right, and center at that point. Also, the concept of if you haven't worn it in a week is 7 days. There's been many clothes that I have not worn in 7 days, but I still love them. I'm not gonna throw them away. But I also think this kind of twists the mentality that we shouldn't have clothes that we're only gonna wear on certain occasions. Because some pieces you're absolutely only going to wear a handful of times. Let's say, for example, a wedding guest dress. There's only going to be probably a handful of times that you get to wear that piece. Just because you're not wearing a piece very, very, very often isn't a reason to get rid of it. If you love the piece, keep it in your wardrobe. Let's use the example of a wedding guest dress. If you bought it for the wedding, you can also wear that to other events. If it's a wedding guest dress and you're going to, I don't know, let's say the Caribbean or somewhere at the beach, okay, it would be beautiful at the beach. Go get some nice photos, frame those on your wall. Okay, wow, stunning. Yes, decluttering is good. Yes, decluttering your previous pieces that you don't use anymore is also good. But how I like to look at decluttering is a shift in style. Now, when I graduated university, or when I was in university, should I say, I was definitely wearing a style that I will not wear now. Like, you wouldn't catch me on the streets wearing that. But as I was shifting my style and as I was evolving to more quality pieces, I didn't get rid of my entire previous wardrobe at once, mostly because 1, I needed clothes to wear. Okay, I was not going to be on the streets prancing around town. And 2, I wanted to see if I could make use of any of the previous clothing that I had, which I did do for quite some time. And then eventually, maybe a couple years later, I realized that those pieces were completely not my style and I could then give them a new home. So I tried my hardest to style and to make new with the pieces that I kept. Just because you haven't worn that occasion piece in a month, a year, is totally okay and not a reason to get rid of it, unless you absolutely hate it, okay? Then go off and donate that, sell it, whatever. But it is good to have occasion pieces in your wardrobe, because trust me, one day you're gonna need them. And number 5, Hailey Bieber's uniform is the blueprint. Listen, she's a very influential person, okay? Everyone loves Hailey Bieber and her style. I personally like her style too, okay? Her style is very effortless, very cool, very minimal, while also being a little bit trendy. She's definitely one with the trends. Think oversized blazers, the slick back bun, the micro little sunglasses. It feels aspirational, it feels luxury, even if it's just a tank top and t-shirt. I mean, whatever she puts on her body sells, that's for sure. But her minimalism works because it fits with her lifestyle, her aesthetic, her brand. And let's just say, for example, if you're a maximalist who loves color, vintage finds, that brand is not going to mesh with your brand. Copying someone else's formula is only going to mute your individuality. Also, these kinds of uniform aesthetics really also work because she has a stylist. She has means to literally every single brand under the sun. She has access to all these high quality basics, the perfect tailoring, which also again is a key component to amazing style. All these things we need to factor in. So instead of thinking, how do I look like Hailey Bieber, maybe ask yourself, what pieces make me feel confident and effortless on my own terms? Because taking inspiration is great, but don't shrink your style in order to fit in someone else's frame. Number 7, the things I find chic trend. Why it works, you ask? Well, because it's controversial. That's why it works. It's controversial, and not everyone's idea of chic is the same. And honestly, some people don't want to be chic. Some people are like totally fine with not being chic. Now, personally, I think this trend was entirely created off controversial opinions, because unfortunately controversy on social media will go viral. Now, I love a good chic and fabulous moment, okay? Chic and fab is my saying. But what I deem as chic may not be chic to you, and that is totally okay. But that's also not a reason for me to stop wearing something because you don't deem it as chic. I can still think it's chic and fabulous. You don't think it's chic and fabulous, that's okay. What's not okay is you not wearing something because someone on the internet in God knows what country, God knows what city, God knows what planet, is deeming that piece not chic. If you think it is chic and fabulous, that's all that matters, and you should continue on wearing it no matter what someone else thinks. If someone else does not think that my, I don't know, blazer is not chic, I don't care. It's also really not that deep, I promise. And number 7, okay, this is a big one. Skinny jeans are out, low rise is in, ballet flats are out, or in, whatever it is. The micro trend. Personally, I 100% credit TikTok for the rise of micro trends. I think it was very prevalent over the past 2 years when we had a trend I felt like it was like every single week at this point. And I feel like they would last only about a month, maybe 3 months. I've spoken about micro trends a lot on this channel: ballet core, cottage core, punk core. What else kind of core is there? Doesn't even matter, okay? Anything that ends in a core is a micro trend in my opinion. But I think with the rise of TikTok, micro trends have become very micro, like almost like minuscule. And personally, it's really shifted the way I look at trends and also the way I shop. I don't feel an inkling to purchase a trend the same way that I would have maybe when I was a teenager, and obviously maybe age has a factor. But if I know that a trend is only going to last a month and then it's gonna look dated and then it's gonna be over with, I have a little bit less of an inkling to even participate. Mind you, I think that was a little bit my old thinking. Now I only participate in trends if I love that trend. And for me, if I love a trend, you're gonna get sick of me wearing that trend. I'm gonna wear it to filth. And the only reason why I'm gonna stop wearing the trend is because it's got sick of me. Because that is the case with my clothing. I wear it to death, and then I realize one day I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit over this. And then I put it back in my closet, and then 2 years later I'm like, oh, you again. I think it's very interesting because over the past, I want to say year, we've definitely seen a shift in how we consume trends. There has definitely been less micro trends that we have seen circling around, and people are becoming very mindful of how they consumed, the trends that they consume. The economic crisis pretty much around the globe could also be a reason people are being much more mindful on how they spend their money. There's many very factors in terms of why micro trends, I think, have plummeted a little bit. They're not gone, they never will be gone, but they've definitely declined. Chasing trends is the fastest way that you will lose your personal style, because if you're constantly chasing the trend, whatever trend is next, you're gonna have no knowledge in terms of what you actually like, in terms of what you actually want to wear, because you're relying on what the market deems as trendy. You're not relying on what you actually like. So if one person is saying that skinny jeans are out, but you like skinny jeans, wear the skinny jeans. We all know that ballet flats are in, but if we wake up tomorrow morning and Vogue is now saying that ballet flats are out, but you like ballet flats, continue on wearing the ballet flat. As for the low-rise jeans, okay, I do not care if those are in. You will not catch me wearing a low-rise jean. I've had my share of low-rise jeans, okay? That's never happening again. Those are officially 7 of the most popular social media fashion advice that I hope I got to debunk for you. If you're into these fashion deep dives, hit that subscribe button so you can see more from me in the future, and I will see you in next Sunday's video. I'm gonna leave you guys here, and I hope you have the utmost fabulous day. Bye guys.